Hey, what's up guys, it's Americana. This breakdown of SBS types will help you pick which model is going to work best for you, as well as how to take action on them. By the end of this video, you should be able to pick which model works best for your lifestyle and have the tools necessary to start taking action. So let's get into it. So the first type we have here, this red box, is just a very standard SBS, right? Strategic buy scaling model, okay? You'll simply, whatever time frame you'd like, whatever works for you. We can do the 2-week chart, right? A lot of people get paid every 2 weeks, obviously, right? So each one of these candle closes in here, starting from whatever point that you want to implement this strategy. You'd start buying a set amount every single time you got paid. And y'all have probably seen my little script that I have on my YouTube shorts, but you know, like your average kind of scales down with this stuff, right? Until eventually price starts outpacing it, right? And then obviously your average will come up. At times, you know, you could still even be down a little bit, but you're still stacking coins, so you ain't doing too bad, right? It's pretty straightforward. Some advantages of this model, you know, it doesn't take any thinking at all. Every two weeks before you know, go shopping, before you buy your girlfriend something, before you buy that OnlyFans subscription, whatever, right? Before you do any of that stuff, you get on Coinbase and purchase your coins. You can implement this strategy without ever having to look at a chart, trading view, whatever. Okay, if you're gonna recommend that your grandma or something stacks Bitcoin, this is how you tell her to do it. Alright guys, so the other type we have is called opportunistic SPS. So opportunistic strategic buy scaling. Alright. This is the one that I preach the most. This is the one that you'll see me make videos on. This is what I used to turn 60,000 into over 1 million. You've seen me mention it. You've seen me talk about it. Okay. Obviously, we're going to overlay the model on the chart. And this is just an example of what the dollar amounts might look like. So the opportunistic side of it comes in when unlike this one where, you know, you're buying coins at the top, right? You refuse to stack coins at a certain price. Okay, it's just too high. You know, you're going to get a better deal later on in the cycle. Okay, so you refuse to stack coins at certain prices, right? Beneath those prices, you know, you begin stacking a decent amount, okay? Right? If it pumped from here or something like that, or this wasn't actually a bear market, and price just continued, you'd be happy, right? You know, you bought a couple thousand worth of Bitcoin and it pumped 100%. Cool, right? You can run it back once it turns back over, okay? But you're not necessarily needing it to go up, or you're not having any sort of like emotional attachment to it, right? Biggest thing about this model is it takes the emotion out of it. So much emotion is just removed from the situation, and it helps you really think about it clearly and be able to hold for a long time to enjoy enjoy the gains, right? Anyways, I digress. Okay, so as we get into the yellow zone, right, you know, some people will do this stuff based on dips, right? So some people will do a similar strategy and be like, oh, if Bitcoin dips 20%, I'm going to buy more or buy less or whatever. But you can dip 20% so many times, right? Like, that's a 20% dip. So you're like, okay, so now I'm going to buy more next time we dip another 20, right? So there's another 20, right? Okay, next time it dips another 20, I'm going to buy more. Okay, there's another 20. Next time it dips another 20%, I'm going to buy more. And I'm talking about they're still stacking, like month to month, they're just increasing their buys. Okay? Next time it dips another 20%, I'm going to buy more. Like, there's so many 20% dips in a bear market, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there's probably 2 more if I kept going, okay? But that is not advantageous for a lot of people, right? If you're doubling your buys every single time, well, you weren't starting with enough money to begin with, right? Me personally, like if I started, I could do $500 a month, and I could save the extra money so that when I had to invest the 3,000, I would be prepared. I wouldn't know when that would happen in the future, but I could do it, right? I could plan ahead for it. But if I said I'm going to double it, I'm going to double the 500 every time we get a 20% dip. Well, now I'm doing 1,000. Now, am I doubling the 500 or the 1,000? Am I going to 2,000 or am I going to 1,500? We'll say 1,500, right? Then I'm going to 2,000. Then I'm going to 2,500, 3,000, 4,000, 5. Like keep going. Like that's just not feasible for a lot of people, and you can't plan ahead for it. Okay, and if you can't plan ahead for it, you're gonna get emotional about it. You're gonna get shook up, or you're gonna be putting too much money in there that you might end up selling bottoms, things like that. So I digress again, but I'm just trying to show you the advantages of the actual opportunistic SBS model, okay? Working off the levels, not the prices, right? I have another video out. It's either before or after this. Percentages mean everything. This entire model is built off of percentages, okay? So very important thing to keep in mind, all right? So then as we get into this yellow box, we have plenty of time to stack more with our 1.5K. And then into the third box, we're full porting as much as we can, as often as we can, right? Because if we look historically, it has held multiple times over, right? Put it on here, right? It held again, okay? It's a good level to buy Bitcoin. Anyways, those are the two types of models. One is very easy. They both take sacrifice. One's very easy. One is going to be a lot better. I gave you an example of what somebody else might be preaching with, just every time it dips an extra 20%, put more money. Well, it's not feasible. You can't plan ahead. It's going to cause you to be emotional. All right, I find opportunistic SBS to be just the perfect balance of emotional control. It's well-rounded. It's based off of percentages, just a very sound, fundamental way to scale into Bitcoin. If you're still confused on which one you should pick, which one you should try and whatnot, just pick one and start. That's the biggest thing. That's my whole reason for starting this YouTube. My whole reason for coaching people, for training people is I want to see you guys succeed and I want to see you guys do well. And to do that, you have to start, okay? You have to do something. You have to get skin in the game. You can't watch from the sidelines. You can't wait till you hear about it on the news, okay? I'm giving you a very simple, easy plan to follow, and you just need to take the action, all right? Determine which one of these models best fits your budget, best fits what you're comfortable with, best fits what you can plan for, and you'll be set for life-changing results. Either way, you're going to make money, okay? Opportunistic is the best, but if it doesn't work for you, like I said, I want you guys taking action. Anyways, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Please keep in mind that my Crypto Wealth Blueprint course dives deeper into SBS models, the math behind them, and emotional tools to help you build your crypto nest egg. See you in the next one.